In this video, I'm going to share with you a few simple CPAP tips that nobody really tells you before you start therapy, but can be extremely effective for improving your sleep and your overall CPAP experience. Hey everyone, I'm Dr. Michael Bruce, the sleep doctor. With over 25 years of experience as a sleep doctor, working with hundreds of respiratory therapists around the country, I've helped thousands of people not only improve their CPAP therapy experience, but the quality of their sleep as well. Before we jump into the tips, I understand that CPAP can be frustrating, especially in the beginning. The mask, the noise, the adjustments, it's a lot. But when you finally get it dialed in, and that is exactly what these tips are going to help with, it can completely transform how you sleep and feel every single day. One of the easiest ways to make your CPAP more comfortable is to get control of your hose setup. But there are right ways and wrong ways of doing this. A lot of people and many of my patients are not really told how much a poorly managed hose can really mess with their sleep. Pulling at your mask, causing leaks, or just making you feel tangled up all night. So here's what I want you to do. You really want to make sure that you're keeping your hose elevated and supported. You can use a simple CPAP hose holder like this one right here, or even a hook on your headboard or the wall behind your bed. The goal is to have the hose come from above you so it naturally moves with you as you roll over instead of tugging at your mask. Try not to run the hose under a blanket. This traps both heat and moisture, which can lead to condensation or what we call rainout. And don't let it dangle off the edge of your bed. This creates constant tension and can wear out your mask seal significantly faster. Also, if I'm honest with you, it's easy pickings for your dog that way. It is one of those tweaks that seems minor, but once you get it right, you'll be kicking yourself that you didn't start sooner. Let me know in the comments below what pain points you experience with your hose at night. My next tip addresses another frustration people have with CPAP, which is skin irritation and leaks from their mask. Your healthcare team gives you the machine, the mask, the hose, and you go home thinking, well, this is the whole setup. But when you start using it every night, you realize the mask can get kind of uncomfortable. You might have red marks on your face because of a bit of skin irritation, or it might make that annoying squeaky sound or air escaping sound when you shift around. Something most people don't find out about until weeks after they've started therapy are CPAP mask liners. And honestly, they can be very effective. They're super thin, soft fabric barriers that go between your face and the silicone of your mask. They help absorb sweat and oils, reduce skin irritation, and give you a more comfortable seal, especially if you deal with pressure marks or mask leaks. Remember, you can buy pre-cut mask liners like this one that fit your specific mask model, or you can make your own out of soft cloth or microfiber. Just make sure it's clean, breathable fabric. And remember to replace it every few days or nightly if you have sensitive skin to keep it hygienic. Don't use thick or fuzzy fabrics because they can interfere with your mask seal. If you've been struggling with small leaks or waking up with lines on your face, you have to try a liner for at least one night. It's really too easy not to. I'll leave a link in the description below for some great mask liner options. Before we get to the next tip, please do me a quick favor and give this video a like and go subscribe to the channel. Your support allows me to create more content like this for you in the future. Also, if you already have a CPAP machine and you're ready to resupply, we're offering a 15% discount on all our CPAP resupply bundles over at sleepdoctor.com. I'll leave a discount link down in the description below, so do me a favor, go check that out. Here's something most new CPAP users kind of find out the hard way. You can have the perfect mask, the right pressure, everything dialed in, but if your nose is congested, it can make the whole experience miserable. What most people are not told early on is that nasal congestion management is a key part of successful CPAP therapy. Here's what I recommend doing. Before bed, use a saline nasal spray or rinse, something simple and non-medicated. This helps clear out any mucus and moisturize your nasal passages so airflow feels smoother and more natural once your mask goes on. You can also run your CPAP's humidifier a little higher if the air feels too dry, since dryness often makes congestion worse. I want you to avoid overusing medicated sprays like Afrin. Those can cause significant rebound congestion if you use them for more than 2 days in a row. And avoid blasting your humidifier to the max, thinking it will steam you clear. High humidity can cause the nasal tissues to swell, making you feel congested or even blocked. Instead of relieving dryness, sometimes too much moisture can overwhelm the nasal mucosa. Finally, if congestion is a regular problem, probably should talk to your doctor about using a heated hose. The warmth helps keep moisture consistent so you're not breathing in cold, dry air that can tighten up your sinuses. My next tip is to physically try every mask style that is available to you, even after you've already started therapy. Your healthcare team might start you off with a certain style of mask, maybe a nasal mask or nasal pillows, but what they don't always tell you is that mask comfort is deeply personal. The truth is, the mask that looks great in the clinic can feel completely different when you're lying in bed at night, half asleep, with air pressure going full blast. This is not always the case, but you might be able to try on multiple styles during the fitting appointment, and I suggest that you do. Many durable medical equipment companies also allow one free exchange within 30 days if the mask isn't working out for you. So take advantage of any 30-day mask return policies that you might find. Some online suppliers also have risk-free 30-day mask trials. You buy it once, you try it, and if it doesn't work, then you can return it or exchange it for a different style, even if it's used. You want to look for the words like mask return insurance or fit guarantee. And some masks like the ResMed AirFit P10, N30i, or DreamWear come as what are called fit packs, which include multiple cushion sizes or styles inside one box. You only pay once, but you get to test small, medium, and large, or different nose styles. Don't assume discomfort is just part of it. With the right fit, CPAP should not feel painful or suffocating. Here is something that does not usually come up until it's actually too late. You're getting ready for bed, feeling good about your routine, and suddenly your mask strap snaps and your hose starts leaking, or you realize that the water in the tank is disgusting and you don't have the energy to clean it. That's why it's so important to keep a backup set of essentials: your mask, hose, and humidifier tank. Think of it as like having a spare tire for your sleep. Here's a simple trick. Whenever you're due to replace your gear, which is every few months or so, hold on to your previous mask, hose, and tank if they're still in decent shape. Keep them clean and stored in a dry place. That way, if something breaks, you can swap it out instantly and still be compliant with your therapy. Even better, if you find a mask you love, consider buying an extra cushion or frame when it's on sale. Supplies can sometimes take weeks to ship or need an insurance cycle before you can reorder. So having backups means you're never stuck. What I tell my patients is to keep your backup gear in a labeled Ziploc bag or small plastic bin near your CPAP station, kind of like the drawer on your nightstand. That way, when something goes wrong, you can fix it in under a minute and get right back to sleep. Here's something that does not always come up during your CPAP setup, but it makes a big difference in how comfortable your nights feel. It's the what and when you eat before bed. If you've ever gone to bed after a big meal, you probably noticed it's harder to breathe comfortably when you lie down. That's because your stomach is still full and pushing upward on your diaphragm, which is the muscle that helps you breathe. When you're on CPAP, that added pressure can make the airflow feel stronger or less natural, and sometimes even cause something called aerophagia, that bloated, gassy feeling from swallowing air during the night. My tip is to try to finish eating at least 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. That gives your body time to digest so you're not lying down with a full stomach. If you do eat late, go for something light and easy on your stomach, like a small banana, yogurt, handful of nuts, instead of a big meal. Avoid heavy, fatty, or spicy foods too close to bed. They can trigger acid reflux or heartburn, which can be extra uncomfortable when you're using positive airway pressure. And watch out for carbonated drinks in the evening because they can add extra gas that makes aerophagia worse under CPAP. That wraps up my simple but highly effective CPAP tips to start implementing tonight. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. I've got some really big videos I'm excited to share with you coming out in the next few weeks that you are not going to want to miss. If you have any other unique sleep tips that you want to share, do me a favor, put them down in the comments below. If you want to learn more about CPAP mistakes to avoid or how to quickly fall back asleep in the middle of the night, go check out those videos right here. All right, everyone, this is Dr. Michael Bruce, the Sleep Doctor, wishing you sweet dreams.